to Dubai at you're 29 now, right?
Yeah.
How was that like? 'Cause obviously, most of our people who had on the podcast, they all live here.
Yeah.
How was that like for you?
No, it was amazing, man. It was like, yeah, it was a really good experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like making the decision and doing it is always a good experience. It feels good, yeah. And then on top of that, it's like to realize that, yo, I actually live in one, another country, but two, a very abundant luxury country. Was big. Like, I felt proud, bro. Like, I moved with a lot of noise online. Like, it was very like, yo, I'm going to Dubai, because I was just excited, bro, to be
But
honest.
then you will make the noise online.
Yeah. I made the noise and people love the noise. Like, they love it, innit? Because at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people have followed my journey. So to see someone from where we're from and move to Dubai, it's like a big deal. And I think, obviously, now I guess we all take it for granted, us who live in Dubai, because it's just like we just live in Dubai. But at the beginning, I can't lie, it was like, yo, I'm moving to Dubai. And on top of that, it was based off of, the move was based off of my brand as well, what I had built. Like, I got opportunities because of who I was, which was even more rewarding and quite fulfilling. So yeah, it was good. Obviously, my first year there, I would say, was just like, I just done the cliche young boy shit. Like, I just done the ball out, live life, like everything was extravagant. And then I got humbled real quick, number one, and number two,
Whoa. Let's not brush over that. let's wait right there.
Yeah.
So you got humble. Can we expand on that, please?
Well, yeah. First and foremost, like, I'm in UK, in London. Like, I was doing really well for myself.
Big fish.
So to some extent, big fish. Like, don't get me wrong, there's always bigger fish, but the big fish in a fairly small pond.
Yeah.
Whereas when I went to Dubai, I was a small fish in a huge pond. Still am.
Like?
It's amazing. I think everyone needs it, because then you get to really, like, it's like, what's it Cameron always says, like, metrics. Vanity metrics. Like, you get to a point where you always feel like I had programmed myself to feel like I'm the guy in it. Like, what am I comparing myself to? Like, what I was comparing myself to, I felt like the guy. When I went to Dubai, I got stripped of that, which is what I think was needed for me to go on to really be the guy.
So what I'm hearing is, like, you got complacent here, basically.
Yeah, I'd say I got complacent. Yeah, but I didn't get complacent yet, but I was about to. So I realized it was coming, so that's when I made the jump. Yeah, I was about to. But then when I went on a trip to Dubai, and I took my business out there just on a 3-week trip, then I realized, like, yo, I want this, cause I love the challenge. I'm here for it. I don't want to be comfortable ever. I don't ever want to be, like, that's not my vibe. So when I went there and I realized, like, yo, I could be really uncomfortable here. I like that. I'm tapped, bro. Like, I find that a little bit exciting. I'm a little bit like, ooh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you know what? Yeah, I think on the CEO podcast, shout out the people out there, Raheem.
Yeah, shout out my guy Raheem.
That was the one you did in Dubai.
Yeah.
Was it yacht?
Yeah. He's due to come on very soon, actually. So shout him out, man. But bro, you spoke about how you had one of the lows one of your biggest lows. Let's discuss that. And the reason why I want to discuss that, bro, because everyone here, they say Dubai, as you said, the luxury of it, the highs, the great lifestyle, but there are lows there too.
Yeah, there's lows there, bro.
Let's discuss that. Let's cut the
crap. Yeah, of course.
Let's go there.
Yeah, like I said, like, it's big risk, man. Big risk, big wins or big losses, and it's not always W. Sometimes they say, and I think, like, going there, I went there during lockdown. I had Rap City at the time, and Rap City got affected heavily by lockdown.
What's Rap City? Sorry.
So Rap City was my business, that a car customizing company. So we done all the rapping for, like, a lot of the artists in the UK. We basically quite quickly became a celebrity car customizer.
Dope.
And that was doing really well, but lockdown came, and now no one's got surplus cash and no one wants to spend on their car, because we don't know when we're driving it next, right? So that affected the business. Then on top of that, I went over there to actually become part of a brand over there that I helped to build called Shishio. So Shishio is the lounge that you'll see me always record my podcast in.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So obviously I'm stretching myself whilst I'm also got holes in my pocket. And on top of that, I'm in another country, so I'm out of my comfort zone. I land, I get the Rolls Royce and the penthouse. I'm just living la vida loca, but I'm not really thinking about. I'm just in my bubble, bro. So then, with all of those risks, because now it's risk. At this point, we're over leveraged. It's like 10 risks at once, rather than there's no real stability, because it's all new, right? So it's all a risk, because you don't know your environment. And then when you put 10 bets down and none of them come in, it's a bad day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you lost everything that time.
Lost everything, bro.
Bro, talk to us. How was that? Because, bro, you can relate to that, bro. You spoke about when you lost everything in the trading, bro.
Yeah.
So trading slapped you, yeah?
Listen, man.
Talk to them, bro.
Slap me, punch me. I do boxing, innit?
Yeah.
Serious. I was like, okay, when I lost all of this bread, the most money I ever had, I said to myself, what are you doing? I said, well, why would you do that? Like, you don't even know, you haven't got foundations.
I
knew how to trade, but I didn't have the experience behind it to be able to trade those volumes.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen thousands coming in and out of my account.
But you learned loads from it now, right?
Exactly. And I'm happy that I did.
Yeah,
my boy, same time, he lost about 6 figures
at
that time as well. And this is the most that we're seeing ever in our accounts.
Yeah.
And we're saying to ourselves, like, number one, what are we doing? Because we're just gas right now. We call it hopium. So when it comes to, I'm sure you're in the crypto space, right? So you know about hopium.
Not as much as anymore, but I was heavily into it.
You was into it, so you know about that. This thing's gonna go to the moon.
Yeah.
I looked at my stuff. I said,
you see that moon? you see that term?
It was looking nice.
Moon, see that moon?
It was looking nice.
Let me tell you, man.
Hey.
Don't start me on this topic.
Because
that moon.
Do you see that moon? Because
man.
I was like, hey, look, because if this thing goes to the moon, right,
safe moon.
The safe,
the safe moon.
The safe moon weren't safe, bro.
Yeah,
that moon right now.
The moons weren't safe,
Not
man.
at all.
Yeah.
If it was to go there, I'm looking at 7 figs.
Like
Because I did the calculations.
But that's where the problem went with crypto on a serious note. Like people started seeing it as a bit of a lottery flip rather than they didn't understand the fundamentals. Like I'm still very. I know the Web3 space and crypto space is still the future, and blockchain technology is still the future.
100%.
What it's done is just been a shakeout for investors that don't understand it, which is what was needed, because a lot of people ended up getting it wrong in the sense of like they just saw flips and 10x and 20x and just started throwing money at it. But crypto was never about betting. It was about understanding the fundamentals of what the projects were going to do to the world and what the technology was going to do. And a lot of people didn't take time to do that.
Exactly.
Which is why that happened.
And the thing is, I did do that at the start.
Yeah.
I was understanding, okay, so Ripple, okay, so they do that, and that's how it's connected with XRP, and this is what XDC do, and then da-da-da-da-da. And I was understanding this stuff. I was understanding the behind the scenes of it. And then my money was doing decent there, and I said, okay, I can just 10x this, right? If I just start trading with it and start doing futures. That's where
you started getting futures.
I went futures, and the futures, hey, listen.
Futures is a whole different skill within
itself. It
itself.
wasn't looking bright. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't looking bright at all, because that's when everything came down.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, that's
Hey,
at that point.
that one, bro. Looking bright.
Now it is. But at that point, I said, okay, I could understand why people end it. And this is me in like a okay, I'm in a calm environment, and calm household, all that kind of stuff. I have a roof over my head, but I can understand why people end it, because it's like, it's so long to have to run it up all over again.
Bro, I said this to S literally a few hours ago. I said I was never someone who understood like when people say like I wish I wasn't here, but when you hit rock bottom, bro, especially if you feel lonely in that process.
You're by yourself in Dubai.
Yeah,
your mum know about what you're going through, by the way.
Nah, not really. And the worst thing was me and my mum weren't on good terms at the time.
Right.
So like, on top of that, none of my brethrens were there. Obviously, I had friends there and a network there. Like, this ain't a woe is meeting, because man's a bad man, innit? But like at the time, yeah, like it was a lot. But this is why stress is a mad thing, because when you're going through stress, you don't really feel stressed. Very rarely do you sit and say, like, me anyway, and people I'm around, like, very rarely, like, I'm mad stressed. You get through it and then you're like, that was stressful.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because you just think it's fight or flight.
Yeah.
So I feel like, going through it, bro, like I didn't really deep any of it. It was just, I need to work this out. And why it's harder, or I know I'd say harder because everyone's problem is their own, but for me, is that I built so much. This is where I made a mistake, or I thought I did. I thought my validation was from my success financially. But when I really deeped it, what I was known for was actually more impact. Yeah, I was running up a check, but if someone had only bought into me, Trist, because I have money, then I'm glad I was stripped of that, because that's not my vibe. Like I don't want it to be like I passed and they're like, that guy was hard, he had loads of money. That's dead. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that's so dead. Like, do you know what I mean? So for me, that process was amazing, because then it was like, wait, you still, like, I came offline for a year going through it, and I still used to get DMs. People would approach me in Dubai like, yo, bro, like, I've watched your podcast. That had that effect on me. I learned about crypto through your podcast with Flomsy or whatever. So those reminders were like, wait a sec, you lot are rocking with me. It's not about what money I've got right now. 'Cause right now I'm going through it, but you lot are still rocking with me. That's kind of where it started opening up. And then obviously, like, even like linking with Cam, like Cam was telling me things, and I'm like, yeah, I hear you. When I linked up with Cam, I was on my way back anyway, but I still didn't have a clear direction of where I was taking it. And in my head, again, it's like I'm so used to approaching situations with, I would say, maybe again I might be dramatizing it, but money first. Like, not just money. Like, I was never like, I'm not landing them hold cash to your ear type dons. Like, I'm not saying that was never my vibe. But what I mean when I say money is like, forget the money. I mean just the success, the levels of success were just very much shown materialistically, whereas now the levels of success now are higher, but they're shown in a different way.
More modest now, yeah, 100%.
It's in a different way. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you'll notice it through different things.
So sorry to cut you off here. Question, yeah. So you were stripped down to everything in Dubai in around lockdown times. You went back to zero. So you've gone from there back to the level you were before your 20s. Is that what you've done now?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Even faster than beforehand.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's different. If you get I know the way now. So it's different. It's a formula I already know. When you're doing it from the beginning, you're doing see when you bounce back from a loss, you're not actually starting again. That's what people don't realize. You're not starting again. You're starting from experience. I'm not starting back from the beginning. We've just got to restart this car. Yeah. Like as long as we just little wiring thing and that, put the things on. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as we can get the red and the blues matching up, like we're gonna restart and we're off. So yeah, the time like now I have a whole different purpose now. So it's like now I'm more. This is like impact, empire, business, brand first.
That's legacy thinking now.
It's first. So now I'm not even sitting there thinking about what I'm making or what I've got. What we are doing here is huge. But you're only going to see it, like it's going to start showing time and time as time comes on. But the reason it's huge is because why we have the vision first. We don't like, I don't care now to go about, I've bought everything, done everything, lived everything. There's not a lot I haven't done. So if a 50K comes in, I'm not thinking about, okay, what I'm going to buy. I'm thinking, okay, cool. How do we scale this business? That's why I said the other day, like scaling business, that's the new trap. Like that's what we're on. We're scaling business. We're scaling the brand. Everything is going back into the brand. So don't even look at me for the bread. The bread ain't on me. I ain't got the bread. The bread's in the business. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
I feel like it's very interesting what you're just saying. For a different reason than what you're saying, that's crazy. Is because you started off that situation with saying a lot of I. Like
a lot of I.
Saying the word I. But then I was watching very, very, very intently. You were saying now it's a lot of we. Every single time you're speaking, you're saying we. It's about the team. It's about the business. But a lot before it was a lot of I. So now that's been the change, right?
Yeah. Yeah and no, because firstly, I myself have always been a we person. But where you are right is that there wasn't a we to have. Like I said, I didn't have it. The team kind of fell apart. All I really had, like, remember, my friends this is my foundation, yeah. Like, because I got very good friendships, and my friends were in another country, and on top of that, I've got a mask covering my face. So if Trist says he's down and out, man think, yeah, but you're nice though, innit? You're in Dubai, your down and out is different to our down and out. That's just always the assumption.
And what you were showing as well, I'm assuming it didn't look like that.
Yeah, to some extent, but remember, you see, when you live in Dubai, a blessing and a curse, bro, is if I go KFC, I'm in KFC on Jumeirah, bro. Like, so to someone else, it's like, bro, KFC and Jumeirah. I just went KFC.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yeah, I guess this is the blessing and the curse. Like, you could be dead broke in Dubai and screaming for help, and a man ain't gonna believe you because it's sunny and you're in Dubai. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is not, that's why I wanted to cut the crap on that, so people know, like, yo, I'm there, I live there, bro. There's people there that are broke, like, and struggling. Like, it's easy to say, why don't you come home? Everyone's problem is a problem to them, bro. Do you get what I mean? So we can't, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. It definitely did shift, and a big part of the shift is there is a we now, but I've always been the we guy, bro. Like from the beginning, anyone I've been around will tell you he always tried to formulate it and include everyone, bro, always.
But can you always include everyone?
No, you can't. But when you get to the point of where you attract the right people, you can. Like, I genuinely attract the right people. Like, I be the right vibration in life. I'm on the right frequency. I only attract the right people generally. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you still got to do some picking. You still got to do some filtering and working out what's right. But I still always try. If I can see value in my people, I'm always try and shine that light on it. It's up to you if you do the rest, though, you know?